How's it going, everyone? And in today's video with my messed up head, and I'm talking about my hair, not my face, I'm going to be answering what is very much a how long is a piece of string type question when it comes to training, and that is when should you be changing up your training program. It's something that I always used to struggle with and used to overthink and overplay in my head, and I know a lot of people are the same. And I used to sit there and think, oh, has it been enough time? Should I change it up now? Should I even be changing it in the first place? What should I change it to? And it's just something that I know that a lot of people can overthink and overplay and maybe do a little bit too much. So over the time I've been coaching, I have worked out that there's 3 very clear points within your training when you should change your program up. So I'm going to break it down, very simple, very easy to understand, and hopefully if there's the kind of thing that you could use some help with, it's going to help you out. But before we get into that, if you could please like and subscribe. It's free to you, it helps me out massively, so why the hell are you not doing it? So yeah, give me a wee subscribe, like the video as well, do all that stuff, and you're just basically doing free charity, so it's very much appreciated. Now before I give you the 3 very simple points about when you should change your program up, first of all I'm going to talk about why you shouldn't change your program up. And quite simply, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If I'm working with a client and they're making great progress, I have absolutely no desire to change their program. I'm not just going to change it just for the sake of it, and I go against the norm of what a lot of other coaches do, that when someone does a program for an arbitrary amount of time, whether that be 6 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever, they'll just be like, right, okay, it's time to change now. I don't do that. I don't really care how long somebody's doing a program for. I just care if it's working or not. And a great example I'm going to illustrate that with is my client Matea, who, as you can see, has made absolutely amazing progress. He's up 7 kilos with so much more muscle, so much stronger, and actually a little bit leaner. And he's just made constant progress over the last 9 months now. He's been training within the same training program since we started, the same 3-day-a-week plan, full body sessions. Started off with 6 exercises in each session, so 18 exercises across the week. We have added in a few more on top of that, just to target specific body parts, but within that sort of core group of exercises, those initial 18 exercises, in 9 months, we have swapped a total of 7 out, so swap something like for like, and he's still been really enjoying it, he's still been making a lot of progress, so there is absolutely no need at all for me to change it. So hopefully that just makes you see, first of all, you don't need to change a program if it's working. That's always going to be the priority. Now into the point. So number 1, very obvious. If you have a change of goal, that's a time where you're going to have to change your program. You might want to start focusing on building more muscle rather than strength, or you might want to target a few specific lifts, or maybe you're an athlete and you're going from out-of-season training to in-season training. If the outcome you're trying to achieve is now different, then obviously you're going to have to start doing something different, and it's no more simpler than that. Number 2, and this is pretty obvious, if you have stopped making progress at what you're doing, then that's going to be a time where you should be changing your program up. As I said in the beginning, your progress is the main thing that's going to dictate your program. So if you're making great progress on a program, there's not much need to change it. If you're not making any progress on a program, then yes, that's when you're definitely going to have to change it. If you just keep going along and doing the same thing and expecting a different result, then you're just going to be pissing in the wind. I think that's Albert Einstein quote anyway. And even if you enjoy your program, or it's convenient, or whatever it may be, don't just kind of take that as, right, okay, I'll just keep doing the same thing and then hopefully it'll get better. Because sometimes it may get better, but a lot of times it's worth going in a new direction. And sometimes it just has to be a few small tweaks within the program. Sometimes it might be, right, okay, I'm going to have to blow the whole thing up and start afresh. And if that's what you need, then so be it. Now there is a third reason. So let's just say that you're doing a training program and it's still aligned with the goal that you're trying to achieve at that time, and let's just say you're still making great progress. There is actually a reason why you would want to change that, and that reason would be if you are getting so unbelievably bored of what you're doing that it is killing your motivation. Unfortunately, a big part of training is just constantly rinse and repeating the same things over and over and over again, and then that compounds up, and that consistency gives you progress. And that's just the way it is, and sometimes, you do just have to push through that sort of monotony, but if it gets to the point where it's just totally killing you, you're going in the gym, you can't be bothered working out, putting less effort in, you're maybe starting to skip sessions, stuff like that, then even if you are, despite that, making progress, I definitely do think at that point it's worth changing a program up. When you start getting more experience and you start getting into the weeds of all this stuff in training, it's quite easy to lose the outlook of you first started training and kept that training because you enjoy it, and you want to try and keep that enjoyment, and that is always going to trump everything at the end of the day. So if you've got a program that you hate and you don't enjoy, as opposed to a program that you do enjoy, that's going to make you train harder, stick to it more consistently, and just give you that general buzz, that program that gives you the buzz is probably, in most cases, going to give you better results. Unless you've just put in some mental program just because you think it looks cool or something like that. That's obviously the exception to this rule, but again, if you go for so long that your motivation's just getting killed, you're bored, then at that point, change up the program. And that's it, possibly the most concise video I've ever recorded up till this point. So simple, change your goal, not making any progress, you're getting really unbelievably bored. That's the only times you ever need to change your program up. And I really don't think there's any other reason rather than those three, but if there is, drop a wee comment, help the algorithm, all that stuff. But yeah, this is my 3 go-to points when I'm working with a client that, again, makes life just so much easier. So hopefully you can find this video useful, and in the spirit of being concise, like and subscribe, catch you in the next video, coaching inquiry form in the description. I think that's pretty much everything. Catch you later.